Hi, John. Are you excited about getting to Indiana to be closer to your grandkids? Excellent. Would it be okay if I gave myself a quick tour? Thank you. If it's okay, let's go ahead and use the kitchen table so we can lay everything out. All right, so let's talk about getting you to Indiana. All right, John, the first thing I'd like to do is to review your situation and what's important to you about making this move. Is that okay? Excellent. Now, John, I have three bottom line questions for you. Are you ready? Number one, are you definitely ready to sell this property? Excellent. Number two, will you price it where it will sell, or are you okay with just having it sit on the market for a long time? You want it to sell. Excellent. Number three, most important, John, do you want me to get it sold for you? Okay, great. And so the purpose of our meeting today is twofold. Number one is for me to provide you with some very important information about what it's going to take to get your home sold for top dollar so that you can move to Indiana this summer, right? Okay, great. Number two is for us to decide today if it's the right thing for you to partner with me in the sale of your home. Does that sound fair enough? Excellent. And whether you decide to hire me or not, I hope it will become clear to you through our meeting that my commitment is to help you get what you want. And if I can't help you, I'm going to be honest and tell you today because I'm not interested in just getting a listing. I'm very interested in helping you get closer to your grandkids because that's what you want, right? Excellent. So we are on the same page. Now, there's one key item for us to discuss today, and that is to determine the right price to set on your home that will cause it to sell, right? Because obviously we don't want to put your home on the market and have it not sell, correct? Great. And so here's what I'll do. As soon as you decide to hire me, I'm going to do everything it takes through my action plan to get your home exposed to all of the qualified buyers in the market, because that's the kind of exposure that you want, right? Great. And so the key for us today is to establish the right price that's going to get these qualified buyers excited about your home when they see it. Does that make sense? Excellent. So in preparing for our meeting, I did a thorough market study on your home. It's also called a comparative market analysis. Are you familiar with this? Great. And so there are three main parts to this market study. First are the active listings. This is your competition, right? And so I call this dreamland because it's what people want to get for their house, but we don't know what it's actually going to sell for, right? All right, so second are the expired listings. Do you know what these are? Exactly, these are homes that did not sell at all. They wanted to sell, but something went wrong. And so I call this Neverland. Can you see why? Exactly, because we never want you to be here, okay? And last are the sold houses. And this is reality, because this tells us what homes are actually going for in this market. Does that make sense? Are you with me? Okay, great. And so here in the sold is where we're gonna focus today, because in order to get you to Indiana this summer, which of these three categories do we want your house to end up? In the sold, exactly. All right. So the purpose of the market analysis is to determine the value of your home. First, as buyers will look at it, and second, as an appraiser will look at it. And I'm sure you can understand why that's important, right? Great. And so first, as the appraiser, that's who the lender is going to hire to determine the value of your home based on what comparable homes are actually selling for, which is what buyers are actually paying for right now. Does that make sense? Okay, great. And so second, we want to make sure we price your home in a way that will make it attractive to buyers, because is a buyer only going to be looking at your home, or are they going to shop around and compare your home with others? Obviously, yes. And so when they're looking at homes, what do you think they're comparing? Exactly. They're comparing the quality, the condition, the features, location, and they are comparing the price, right? Exactly. So are you ready to take a look? All right, sounds good. So this home is on 123 Main Street is comparable to yours. Notice how many bedrooms, how many baths, how big is the garage, and what year was it built? What's the square footage? All right, so have you seen this home? So your home has a little more value than this one because you've updated not just the kitchen, but also all the bathrooms, and they've only done the kitchen. Does that make sense? All right, and what was their price? And notice how long on the market. And how's that going to work for you to get to Indiana this summer? So based on what the market is telling us, what price do you feel will get buyers excited about choosing your home over our competition? So after looking at your home and reviewing what the market is telling us, I'm suggesting we'll list your home for $309. And you can see why that's the right price, right? Great. Because this is going to get you the best price for your home in this market in the best time possible so that you can still have time to spend with your grandkids before their summer ends. Won't that be exciting? Excellent. So any questions about what we've covered so far? Okay, are you ready for the next step? Sounds good. So the net sheet gives you all the costs associated in the selling of your house and how much you're actually going to walk away with after the sale of your home. And I'm sure this is something you'd like to know, right? Okay, great. And so here are all the standard closing fees and expenses to sellers. Any questions on that? Okay, great. So based on a realistic sales price of $309 and a closing date of May 20th, here are your estimated total net proceeds to you at closing. Now, John, is this a number you can live with? I understand it's less than what you were expecting. John, is it a number you could live with if you had to? Okay, great. So we'll get it on the market for $309, which we agreed is the right price, correct? Great. All right, so I'm ready for you to put me to work. Are you ready for the next step? Excellent. So can I lay out for you what's going to happen next? Great. So here are the highlights. First, we want to make sure your home shows at its best, right? I'm going to bring in a professional home designer to give you a full consultation that I will pay for. It's free to you. And she's going to let you know exactly what you need to do to get your home in showcase condition. And second, I will be preparing the marketing for your property. And I'm going to launch my pre-marketing campaign immediately because you did want us to get the most exposure to the market as fast as possible, correct? Great. And next we will launch our exclusive 10-day marketing blitz. Sound exciting? Yes, your home is going to be marketed to every potential buyer out there. And it's going to be promoted to every licensed realtor and their buyers through the multiple listing service. Plus, I'm going to have it syndicated to over 5,200 real estate websites, including all the most popular ones the buyers go to online. And I'm sure you can understand how important this kind of internet exposure is for you, right? Great. And so because I'm doing all of these things in my action plan, because you did want us to get the right exposure for your home to get the best buyers in here, right? Awesome, awesome. Because that is exactly what you're going to get with me. Now, assuming with this exposure and assuming the market responds as we expect, we're going to be getting lots of buyer traffic. And I'm going to be following up on all of that for you, and which will then give us the best offers. Then I'll be negotiating all these offers to ultimately get your home sold for top dollar so that you can get to Indiana this summer. Won't that be exciting? And are you ready for that? Okay, great. Are you ready to start packing? Well, not today, but soon. All right, so any questions before you're ready to let me help you make this move happen? Sounds good. All right, John, so I'm going to have you initial right here on the CMA and the net sheet, and then we'll take care of the rest of the paperwork, and I will get to work. Congratulations. Yay, done.